guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for any background noise that you may hear. Um, yeah. Am I basic yet? I'm using the CSGO gameplay. Am I basic yet? I was going to use Subway Surfers, but I feel like that one's too short and I'm too lazy to stitch all of them together. And also sorry if I start sneezing for some strange reason. I've sneezed like 3 times since I walked in here. Um, so today's topic. Child pornography within fandoms. Yes, I know it's a bit of a serious topic, or at least a bit of a scary one, and one that frankly I shouldn't be talking about. Also, I think I might have a cold. I sound different. Anyway, it's one that I shouldn't be talking about first off because I myself am a child and some people are going to be like, "You know too much," blah blah stuff like that. Honey, I don't know too much. You've just been giving it out on a silver platter. Gosh. But um here are like the top 3 fandoms that I'm going to talk about, which is Yandere Simulator, Danganronpa, and Five Nights at Freddy's. It was Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, what originally inspired me to make this topic is I was looking at a collection of Yandere dev memes because we all know that Yandere Simulator is dead, and one of them mentioned child prawn, and I was like, oh wait, technically speaking, Yandere Simulator R34 is child prawn because they're all high schoolers, which means they're all minors. The only person that you could probably appropriately lewd in Yandere Simulator are the teachers and the counselor. That's literally it. Okay, so if you take a look at the cast of Rivals, um, the majority of these students look like one, they look like off-brand Danganronpa characters, and two, they look like normal high schoolers. If we were to really put all of these students into a grade level, Osana would more than likely be a senior, Amai a freshman or a junior, Kizana a senior, Oka, I feel like Oka would be a freshman, Asu I feel like would be a teacher, Muja and Mita are both teachers or staff, so they're of the appropriate age. I don't know who Asoro is, but she seems. Hanako, who is Senpai's little sister, seems to be the most fishiest out of them all. Like the way that she's standing and everything, she's almost showing off her butt cheek. And Megami, I'll say that Megami is also a senior because she has like that type of like senior-esque to her. And then I I talked over this when I was in the kitchen making breakfast. But um I feel like Senpai would more than likely be a freshman. But if Senpai's a freshman, then that means that the other two rivals, Miju and Megana, I think it is, um, are committing a crime, which is pedophilia, if they are trying to get close to Senpai. Even then, even if Senpai is a even if Senpai is still in high school, that's considered pedophilia, which is wrong, which is another bad thing about Yandere Simulator. And if we're looking at it like this, Yandere-chan has to be a senior, not a senior, has to be at least a junior. The highest rate that we can go is calling her a junior or a sophomore. That's how old she could possibly get. The main rival, Osana, is a senior, or at least that's what type of vibe she gives off, and Senpai gives off a freshman vibe. So putting these 3 things together, it kind of makes sense and it kind of doesn't. But at the end of the day, this video is about looting and why fandoms should not be looting the characters and not the whole entire lore of Yandere Simulator. But I feel like the only characters that are safe to loot are the teachers and staff. None of the students because we're not really sure of their age. I've seen people loot Osana, and it's kind of creepy and kind of weird because she's like tsundere, so she's like, I don't like it, Baka. But I feel like she's not supposed to like it in general. I mean, like, liking it isn't really an option because even though Osana may possibly be a senior, it's still kind of creepy to see that. And along with the Spike, as soon as Yandere Dev released the Rival trailer, the amount of the spike in looting, the spike in looting the rivals became really high. And there was just something about it that kind of just like threw me off. Like, the first person that people were looting was a Mai because she was the first rival to be released. But I feel like it's kind of a bit unsettling to loot the shy girl because I feel like the shy girl doesn't participate in that type of stuff, nor does she want to. But yeah, long story short, Yandere Simulator Prawn is child prawn unless you're looting the staff. I know that I really shouldn't have a say in this because I am a minor, but some of the stuff that I've seen on this is literally disgusting. And the fact that people are letting this slide, the fact that people are like letting this slide, we don't even know how old she is, even though some people say that she's 17, other people say that she's younger. She gets arrested. She doesn't get put in juvenile, she gets arrested. So, I mean, that could also kind of prove her age. Is that if you don't get rid of the evidence in time, you get arrested, and not like put in juvie. But also, you kind of murdered someone, so will they really be taking you to juvie after that, or will they just be taking you straight up to prison? Next up is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I know most of us have all seen or at least have heard of MatPat's theories. Uh, Literally every single character in FNAF is a child, except for William Afton. I don't know if he's a security guard, I don't know what the connection is between that, but quite literally, every single animatronic is a child. If you look at all the theories, if you read the books, if you genuinely listen to people, they're all children. Why are you looting the animatronics? They're quite literally children in fursuits. I never really liked it to begin with because the whole idea of anthro creatures just scares me. And the fact that you have the nerve to give Toy Bonnie legs, and we're not even sure of Toy Bonnie's gender. Some people are saying that he's a dude only because he's in blue. If he's a dude, does that mean that normal Bonnie is also a dude? Or does it just apply to Toy Bonnie? Like, the entirety of the FNAF thing is kind of confusing to me because some people draw them with these body parts and other people draw them with this body parts. You're not supposed to be drawing them at all. Like, yeah, sure, when we first saw the game, we were like, oh, they're just robots. And then MatPat started making theories and stuff, and then we realized, oh, they're not robots. Yeah, that's kind of gross. I keep on forgetting to add pictures, but frankly, I don't want to look them up because FNAF is scary, and I don't think I'll be able to handle looking at Toy Bonnie's rendered face for a good 20 minutes while I edit. Anyway, next topic is Danganronpa, or Danganronpa, however you pronounce it. This is a bit iffy because of the whole way that the Danganronpa timeline works. If you're just getting into Danganronpa, the only characters who should really be looted are Chiza, Juzo, and Munakata, and maybe Gozu. But those are like the only four characters that I can think of off the top of my head that might possibly be of age. And Makoto, Kirigiri, and Asahina during the DR3 anime. But that's about it. Um, I think Danganronpa itself happens over a 2-year period. I don't remember. It's either a 2-year period or longer. But if it happens over a 2-year period, um, when they first start out, they're possibly maybe like freshmen, because Danganronpa starts out as you finally getting into Hope's Peak, which means that you're more than likely a freshman by then. So you're around the ages of 14 to 15. But then when you leave, or as the game goes on, you realize that you've been in here for literally years. Um, I think what led me to this is that I've heard people say that Junko started the killing game when she was 19, and then when she died, she was 23. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. If that's 4 years. So are they serving a full high school term? As I say again, not about lore, about lewd. Um, Honestly, the Danganronpa timeline is a bit iffy, to the point of where you kind of have to be like a bit cautious when making these decisions. The only people that you're not like the only people that I guess you're not really allowed to lewd from are Ultra Despair girls, because Kamaru is 15, and literally all the other main characters are children except for Toko. She's like 20 something, but quite literally everybody else there is an actual child. So that's not safe either, even if you draw quote unquote aged up versions but still leave them all the same. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I forgot that there's a whole third game that I could be talking about. I haven't even finished the third game, so I really can't like give my opinions on it, but here y'all go. Okay, so I'm gonna start backwards in the order of which the games and anime should be watched. Uh, I think that this cast is fine, honestly. Like, this cast varies in ages, but the only person that you should probably like not lewd is Kaede. I feel like they're all possibly lootable, except for like a few because of like sexualities and stuff. But this cast is in the safe zone. This entire cast is lootable except for the two. I don't even know how old the two little robot things are, but they're all former super high school level, this and that, so they're all mostly in either college or have just finished college slash high school. Except for the bland looking dude with the long hair. He's still a ultimate, so, and a starting one at that. So I'd say maybe, and besides, nobody really loots him anyway because he's just that ugly. But like, I'd say don't, because he's like 15 or something. They really overworked the 15-year-old in this show. Technically speaking, they overworked him. That's sad. This one is a big no, they're all children. This cast is kind of debatable due to um the lore and stuff, because technically speaking, even though they are high school students, technically speaking, the majority of them are either between 19 and 20. From what I know, I don't even okay, okay. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but like from what I know, apparently Kamaida's like 23. Kamaida's maybe like about like Junko's age or something like that. But I feel like eh. I feel like it's fine up to a certain point. Like you can do it up to Hyoko because Hyoko has like a baby face, and it's kind of I just realized, how do you do that with people that have a baby face? Can you lewd people that have a baby face or no? I feel like you can't, even though they are of age, but I mean, like, it's kind of unsettling. Like, look at Hyoko. She's sitting there. She's so tiny. Who would want to do such a thing to her? She's cute. Every single person in this cast is hot. Like, the majority of there's obviously like the top three looted characters in each of these that always get looted a lot. Like, I rarely see people lewd Hifumi, Yasuhiro, Sakura. Actually, no, I have seen Yasuhiro, but the ones that people don't touch are mainly Hifumi and Sakura because I guess they're kind of just like ugly in their standards or whatnot. But I think this cast is fine up to a certain point. Like I said, like Chihiro doesn't deserve to be looted. They're great. They're fantastic. They don't deserve this, but it's just personal preference. And um there are a few of like the perverted characters like Miyu, Teru Teru. They're both very much the the ones that you'd expect to be looted, but they aren't because of how ugly they are. And Hifumi. Teru Teru and Hifumi don't get looted because people think that they're ugly. And Miyu is another one of the perverted characters. Each one of the games have that one perverted character that just makes everybody feel really uncomfortable. I was going to say Yasuhiro, but honestly, all that Yasuhiro did was just vibe. But like I said, Danganronpa is a bit iffy because in the game's case, they start out as freshmen and then they leave as seniors. So Danganronpa 1, when they first start out, they're maybe about like 15 to 14. No, wait, 15 to 16 possibly because Mondo can't be 15. He can't be. He can't be like 15. He has to be at least like 16. That's like an acceptable body type for a 16-year-old. But by the end of the game, they're like 20 to 30. And then with the DR2 cast, I really can't reveal much or else it'll be spoilers. But for the most part, they are of age the whole time. They are of age. And with Ultra Despair Girls, like I said, they're all children except for Toko, who you already saw in the first cast. So by the time she's in Ultra Despair Girls, she's maybe like 20. 21, 22, 25, maybe 20 or higher. And then the third game, I really can't put a finger on it because I don't know how long like you'd think that the game has been happening for maybe like a few months or so, but then you find out that it's been happening for like over the course of years, and you're kind of like, well, gotta redo my age chart. But yeah, this this video this video is a mess. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be talking about this. I just like it this should have stayed in the drafts, honestly, but it was like something that was like storming around in my head. Like, technically, these fandoms have child prawn. You know that, right? And I was like, cap, bro, cap. But, like, I don't even know why I included Danganronpa at this point because, like, in order to truly see if they should be looted or not, you have to go through, like, the entire game and learn all the lore and stuff. But definitely Yandere Simulator and FNAF should stop being looted because that's disgusting. FNAF and Yandere Simulator are literal children. Like, you need to know your boundaries. But yeah, thanks for watching. I had to use another gameplay because I ran out of time on the other one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Please don't comment. I know this video is awful, but just please don't comment. Okay, bye.